Hi, my name's Chegs. This is episode 15 of my road to sobriety journey. Today is October 31st, so it is the last day of Sober October for a lot of people. Obviously, I'm doing it way past October, hopefully, but it is nice to know that I've completed my first entire calendar month of being sober. I don't want to talk about that too much because I know that last episode I kind of recapped 1 month. Today I have some news. So obviously in a few of the episodes I mentioned that I applied for a job. Unfortunately today I got a rejection email, which, if I'm being honest, not totally surprising. I was really hoping that that wouldn't have been the case. It was a competitive role, and that is the reality of searching for a job, is that happens. I wanted to speak about today just how resilience improves when you're sober, I think, is what I've found from today. From getting what would have been viewed as kind of demoralising news, I've found that today, I read that email at like 3 o'clock. Initially, I felt a bit gutted. I felt my stomach drop a little bit when I read it, but I very quickly have bounced back from that. I think in the past, when I've been in cycles of drinking and smoking, if I got some bad news, if I got a job rejection or something went against me, I would take it very personally. I'd be quite emotional about it, but through being sober, my emotions are more regulated, but I can also much quicker see positives to take out of negative situations because your mind isn't necessarily in a more depressive state anyway, because there isn't the aftermath or current effects of substances in your system. How I viewed that news today, my positive spin on it is that out there, some people today have had good news and have had an email saying that they're through to an interview or whatever. Amazing for them. And they might have tried to apply for that kind of role like 10 times, and it might have taken that many times for them to get through with it. That was my first time applying for something along those sort of lines, so I can't be too downcast that it hasn't gone my way. And I think no matter what happens, you can't get too downcast on yourself, because sooner or later an opportunity is going to come your way, something will go your way, and it's just about persevering until that does happen, really. I think the other thing that not necessarily has come from my sobriety, I think it probably has like improved from my sobriety. My journey with sobriety has taught me this. Failure, there's so much to be learned from failure, and although that isn't necessarily like a failure, it's something that hasn't gone my way, you just grow from it and you get stronger, don't you? You don't let it define you. If that role comes up again in like 3 months time, I'll apply for it again, because it's like, I kind of love it when I fail at something at the minute. It sounds bizarre. It gives me so much motivation to be like, okay, I'll show you then, I'll prove to you. Whether that's like getting rejected by a job, whether that's like with a relationship, somebody breaks up with you, exercise, if you start feeling pain, or like you go for a run and it doesn't go how you wanted it to. It's just like a chance to learn and get better, especially when it comes to running. When I start like feeling that pain and stuff, it's like, that's how you know you're getting better. And the same applies to like life, really, where it's just like, if you feel a bit of emotional pain or you feel a bit down about something, it's just something to learn from than to spiral and go out of control with in your mind. In the past, that news that I got today would have broke me. And it will either make you or it'll break you. And for me at the minute, every time something doesn't go my way or something feels a bit crappy, I'm just deciding that it's just going to make me. I'm not going to let it break me. So it just go one of those two ways. If it breaks you, then you just end up being your own worst enemy for a period of time until you gradually drag yourself out of it. My sobriety is definitely, I've realised today, I'm so much more resilient. I think you can just deal with like hardships better if there isn't other stuff floating around in your brain to compound things, but also to make it harder to see the reality and the positive side of things. You have to take the positive out of negative situations, and there is always a positive. No matter how bad it gets, there is always something to take out of it. I'm not going to let what's happened today deter me from applying for other jobs, from stretching myself to better myself, to try and make a big jump career-wise or whatever it is. I'm also not going to let it affect how I feel about myself, because I know I'm starting to feel like so confident and happy in myself, and just like learning to like love myself, which sounds a bit cringe, but it's true. For a long time, like I say, what happened today, I would be like thinking, well, that's because you are rubbish. You're rubbish at this and all of that. You're not worthy of anything, of any positive outcome. You're not worthy of it. And it's just like, that is not a productive way of thinking. Now, I feel like people who do think that way, or if you are struggling with stuff and you are feeling that way yourself, I can fully understand feeling like that. If you're depressed and stuff, there's a level to which it's like, if you're clinically depressed, then of course you can't just be like positive and pull yourself out of it. What I've learned is through sobriety, I feel like that less, so I can be more positive and be more resilient and be more in control of situations and my emotions. So that's mainly what I wanted to talk about today. There will be other opportunities for me. There will be positives to take out of this. I will get stronger. I will get better. To be honest, sometimes it's a good thing to fail over and over again at stuff, because when you finally get there and you succeed, it's so much sweeter, but also you're probably by that point so much more well-rounded and stronger as a person, and better at whatever it is that you've succeeded at. Today, if I just got an interview, got through sort of thing, okay, great, that's amazing, but I haven't necessarily learned anything, you know? So it's good to learn stuff. That's what life's about. Yes, that's everything that I wanted to go over today for episode... What are we on? Episode 15. I will be doing an episode on Sunday. I think after that, I'm going to go to 2 episodes a week, just because I feel like some weeks doing like 3, doing one every 2 days. Sometimes the episodes, they don't have as much in them. That's my plan moving forward. But yeah, like I say, next episode Sunday, that will feature, I'm off to Ipswich on Saturday to watch Leicester play again, Ipswich away. So I'll get some footage of that again. The last video that had some footy in it seemed to do pretty well. If there is anybody watching and you're enjoying these videos and they're helping you, obviously feel free to subscribe, like, comment, whatever. If you do comment anything, I will always try and reply to whatever you say, even if it's just support. I rate it from you guys, you know. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting. I rate it. So I'll see you all on Sunday.